One of the biggest problems facing international agriculture is the lack of food production and deserted land that has been taken out of production due to overuse and soil degradation. Restoring this land and incorporating a vegetative cover has many benefits, including carbon sequestration from the atmosphere, improving soil health, increasing food production, and economic gain. There are 3 major types of abandoned land that have the potential to be revegetated, including farmland, mineland, and deforested land. This video will address the most desirable and productive system to reduce carbon emissions for abandoned mine land. Developed countries have the most abandoned land with the potential to mitigate the barren land, with the United States accounting for the majority of the mine land. It is estimated that there are approximately 1 million acres of abandoned mine land across the United States alone. The main reason for abandonment is due to the closure of the mines, which are left desolate due to the difficulty associated with planting mine land. Despite these difficulties, it is important to bring the land back into production to fulfill the goals of feeding the growing population and reducing greenhouse gas accumulation. In order to understand the best system to restore mine land, it is important to understand the challenges facing production. A major consideration is the toxicity of soil and surrounding water. Years of dredging minerals out of the land has left the land toxic to plants, void of nutrients and biological activity, and with acidic soil. This land must be remediated before it can sustain any type of vegetation. Another concern is the topography of the land. Mine land often has difficult terrain due to years of equipment use and land modification. This means that a system that can work around this topography is crucial. Finally, the land has a long-term recovery period, often between 5 and 10 years. Therefore, a stable and well-designed plan must be made to fully remediate the soil and increase production and value of the land. Taking these factors into consideration, one viable system is a lime treatment with an organic matter application for a switchgrass crop with the nurse crop of oats for establishment. Lime is a limestone-derived substance that is spread onto fields to raise the pH. Assuming the pH of the mined soil begins around 4.5, there would be approximately 3 lime treatments needed to raise the pH to a minimum of 6.0. An application of both manure and compost is helpful in raising the organic matter of the soil and helps to fix carbon, which is necessary for biological activity and soil health. Switchgrass is an effective crop for this system because not only is it a perennial, which means that it grows over multiple growing seasons, but it can also be harvested for use as a biofuel. Growing a perennial decreases input requirements, which is beneficial considering the topography of the system because less equipment would be driven on the land. In addition, switchgrass helps to reduce carbon emissions even more through its use as a biofuel. Therefore, converting land that has previously contributed to climate change into land that not only reduces carbon in the atmosphere through vegetation, but also reduces the dependence on fossil fuel by serving as an effective fuel source. This approach of scaling up climate change mitigation is very suitable for mine land. Finally, getting the land covered quickly is important but limited by the harsh soil. Oats often serve as a nurse crop for quick establishment and create more suitable growing environment for less hardy crops like switchgrass. Implementing this system helps not only reduce and mitigate the presence and effect of greenhouse gases, but also provides a long-term solution to the dependence on fossil fuels.
We're here on a strip mine near Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. This strip mine was reclaimed about 9 years ago. Some of the difficulties with growing crops on reclaimed strip mine ground is the diversity in the soils. You can see from this right here, it's really shaly and rocky and clay and not really a lot of soil in there. So it has a very low water holding capacity and a low ability to hold nutrients. That makes it really difficult to grow crops on it. So one of the crops I'm a proponent of is switchgrass. Switchgrass is a perennial warm season grass, which means it grows year after year. Once it's planted, you got a lot of years out of it. It'll stay here, holds the soil together very well, so you aren't going to get a lot of runoff off of the soil. And it also survives with very low nutrient needs. It needs a little bit of phosphorus to get started, but after that, it can grow pretty much without many nutrients being applied at all. And this soil doesn't have a lot of nutrients, so it is a great crop for this kind of a situation.
To further reduce the environmental impact of mines, waterways near mine sites need to be detoxified. The chemicals and toxins from the mines often leach into groundwater or runoff, causing acidic and degraded waters. A solution to this is to create a passive limestone channel. These channels are slopes of limestone rock where the water is diverted to flow over the rocks via gravity. The rocks help to raise the pH of the water, which restores biological activity and health of the environment these waterways flow through. Overall, putting abandoned mine land back into production has many benefits for the land, the environment, and the economy. This system shows that mine land restoration is an important mitigation tactic for climate change and has a worldwide effect on reducing global dependence on fossil fuels and environmental health.